Hey everybody, Troy from Roadside RC. Now typically on this channel, you'll see us doing either some how-to videos that we're building stuff or improving, modifying, tuning. You'll see us crawling or you'll see us bashing or maybe even drifting, sometimes even racing. But today something slightly different. We are looking at the gift buying guide for the RC enthusiast in your life. So follow along as we break it down into a few different categories and give you some tips and tricks for what you maybe want to buy for that special person in your life who's an RC enthusiast. Now, the first group that we're going to focus on is the crawler group. All right, so do you have somebody in your life that likes to take a truck out, looks something like this, they're going out on some trails, they're going out on some rocks, driving rather slow, crawling over some stuff. Now, a couple things you want to keep in mind. Do they have a specific brand loyalty? Do you know that they just love an axial vehicle such as this Wraith or like an SCX-10-2 Deadbolt? Or are they Traxxas folks and they really love a TRX-4 or some maybe Red Cat Gen 8? What do they really like that way? That'll give you some tips and insights as to what might be good for them. So if you know that they already have a vehicle, there's a couple tools, maybe some parts that they would always love. So the first one is tires. There's nothing that an RC crawler person wants more. I can say this for a fact. I'm always wanting to try out the new tire. So whether it's something like this is actually a stock TRX-4 tire. A lot of the times these are some Pro-Line Super Swampers. These are really popular. We also recently just did a video up here on the new Pro-Line Trencher crawler tire. So getting a set of these tires will almost always be a good gift and can be reasonably priced. I'll give you some options down below that you can look at. Here's another one that is almost always good. It even depends on what kind of vehicle they're in, is batteries. Now, a lot of my crawler folks, myself included, tend to run on a 3-cell battery. So you can either get something smaller like this Goldbat 2200, or if they have space in their vehicle, a big one like this Pavway 5200. They'll last them basically a day. I can provide links for both of these down in the description. The next is if they're getting stuck a lot, which if they're doing crawling stuff, they're going to get stuck a lot. There's these winches that you can get from DSM Off-Road. Really cool little hooks on this end. And this goes actually to the vehicle. It is a kinetic strap that will then help pull the vehicle out of stuck spots. I have a whole video that I can include right up here for a link also, and shows you really a little bit more about this. Very reasonably priced gift here at probably roughly in the $20 range or less. Now, do you think that this person in your life already has enough vehicles? They don't. I promise you they do want another one. This is kind of how it goes. And so a couple suggestions that I have for you. There's kind of 3 very popular vehicles out there right now. And the first one, TRX-4 Sport. So if you don't have one, obviously maybe it looks a little bit different than this, but I can provide a link up here, as this is a very, very popular vehicle, reasonably priced and very capable. All right, right below that in price is the Red Cat Gen 8. This is actually one that we also have driven multiple times. Very capable vehicle, slightly cheaper than the TRX-4. And then if you want to go a little more premium side, there's the Axial SCX-10-3, which came out earlier this year. Very popular truck. Very capable also, but a little bit more expensive. Now, if all of those are still out of your price range, but you do want to consider something to get them a new vehicle, I would consider this. And so I'll provide a link to this one also. This is the ECX Temper Gen 2. I've had a couple videos now on this where we unboxed it, rather cheap vehicle, did some free modifications to it, and it's done really, really well. And so it performed very, very good. You can get this for easily under $200, and that'd be a great choice for somebody. This next group of people that we're going to talk about with gift ideas has a lot of choices in it, really. So I'm going to just try to narrow it down for you. This is the basher group, all right? This is the folks that are maybe this loved one's in the front yard jumping a ramp, with some monster truck. Or maybe they're out in a field and they're trying to go fast. This isn't racing. This isn't slow driving with crawling. This is bashing. So this is going fast, jumping, flipping, and having fun. Now, there's so many vehicles in the market that are out there. So let's narrow it down to a few choices. First up in the under $100 range is this high boxing 16889. Very reasonably priced, under $100, very capable. We have had multiple videos of us driving this. We have played with it a bunch in the yard. We've even taken it to a skate park and beat on it hard, and so far it's lived. Very, very good vehicle for what we have here. Now, taking a big leap in both performance and in price a little bit is the Arrma 3S lineup. So this is the Typhon buggy that we have. My 7-year-old son actually drives this and loves it. If you don't necessarily want the buggy view, they also do offer a monster truck version and a more short course truck looking version called the Senton, and then the monster truck is the Granite. All very durable vehicles, all reasonably priced at just right at $300. Be on the lookout for those Black Friday specials. These ones sometimes hit those, and so keep an eye out for those ones. If you want to go even a little bit cheaper, this is a brushless model, which means it goes faster. They do offer the Mega line, which is a brushed line that is somewhat cheaper. It gets you well into that $200 range, and so highly recommend these vehicles. Even another step up from that is then the Arrma Creighton Outcast, their whole 6S lineup with Italian. These are even bigger, even faster, of course, even slightly more expensive vehicles. They can do even more stuff. So getting one of these 6S Arrma vehicles would be a huge gift for somebody, and there's always parts available for those also. So stay tuned later as we get into the parts and some of that kind of stuff. Lastly, if this is truly a go big or go home kind of a situation, then really it leaves you almost with no choice except for the Traxxas X-Max. Completely different size, completely different power, completely different price also as we get into this, but such an utterly fun truck for what you get out of it. Really a great vehicle. As we continue into this conversation, we're going to go somewhere completely different with it now. On-road cars or drift cars. All right, this is a whole different genre of this. On-road, smooth location, drifting. It's a whole different world in the crawlers and the bashers that we've already seen. If you have somebody in your life that's into this, you'll probably know it because so far the other stuff won't have looked familiar at all. Now this is, to start off with, I have a whole video on all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive drifting that I can link up here, and that really all depends down to, from my viewpoint, where they're going to drive. So a couple different vehicles to recommend in here. I have a Red Cat Thunder Drift. They also make the Lightning Drift. Very good vehicle, very cheap price point at about the $150 mark. Now it can be a drift car. You can also put rubber tires on it for very cheap and then just go fast and have fun in a parking lot with high traction. So that's a very good entry level, have fun with this market. The other one that you get is the MST Ready to Run. Now that is a rear wheel drive drift car where just the rear tires spin. This is a very good entry level. You can get it as a kit where it needs to be assembled, or you can get it fully ready to run for about $350 to $380 depending on where you buy it. Now there's other kits out there. Now if you think this person is going to be one that wants to assemble something, then you can get just the kit itself for about $200. You can get a Yokomo kit that I can provide a link to for roughly the same price, or there is this kit that I have here, which is the Sakura D5S, which the base chassis kit is just $100, and so I'll provide those links. Last in this whole group is, okay, so you don't want to buy them a whole vehicle. So whoever you're looking for a gift idea for, you know they're into remote control vehicles, but you don't really want to make that decision for them and buy a whole vehicle. There is a bunch of tools and things like that that can be really handy for this person. First up is a set of the MIP hex drivers. Honestly, I did RC for a year or two before I ever purchased a set of these, and I regretted it. I should have purchased these day one. This is a very popular 3-part kit that you can get with 3 very popular sizes for RC. Very strong tools, durable, helps so much when you're inevitably working on these vehicles. Highly recommend this one. And then you get into something like these magnetic tool holders. Again, we're going to be working on these vehicles a lot. Ability to easily grab a tool on and off the wall right in front of your workspace, I have found to be huge. So highly recommend these. Very, very cheap, kind of stocking stuffer, easy gift. And if you're into RC, you're going to end up with bins, just bins and areas just full of screws and body clips and stuff along those lines. Some ability to organize these on the wall. You can find this kind of stuff very easily at your local home improvement store. I'll provide some links if I can. This is very easy, mounted up on the wall. This one can even be taken with you to an event. Very easy, always handy for somebody. We also have something like this, which is a nut driver. It's by AKA, and you can actually switch it between two different sizes of nuts. I never would have purchased one of these on my own. I just wouldn't have, because almost all the vehicles come with one of these, and guess what? It's not really great, but it works. It does the job every time, and so I would have just kept it. I happened to actually win one of these, as it turns out, and I have loved it ever since. Didn't really think I would, but it is great. And so provide a link to this one down below. Very easy stocking stuffer, and probably something that the person will enjoy but would have never purchased on their own. And two last top tips to round this video out. All right, so if you have no other idea and you really are still at a loss for what to get the person, go out and check and see the vehicles that they have and what some of them are. A lot of times the names will be on them. So as an example, my Traxxas X-Max, it clearly says X-Max on the side of it. The Traxxas TRX4 comes with stickers that say TRX4 on the side of it. So see some of those. Literally just go to like Amazon or something like that and type in the name of the vehicle followed by either parts or upgrade or something like one of the other company's names like Hot Racing or RPM, and just see what comes up. Sort by most popular. Odds are they probably either want and or need whatever this is that you would find. And the really good news is there's a bunch of trading and swapping and reselling that happens in the RC world. So even if you buy them something and they don't really need it, can probably trade a buddy for it for something else that they would want. So it's not kind of a win-win situation no matter what. And then the last thing that we're going to say as we go into this is, do you often hear this person talk about going to a specific hobby store? All right, is there a specific RC related store near them that they always go to? If you hear this, it's a really, really good insight and tip for you, because that means the people behind that counter, they know this person that you're trying to get a gift for. So go out, find their vehicles, maybe take a couple pictures of them to know which ones they are. Just go to the store and say, hi, I'm here to buy a gift for whoever it is. They have these vehicles. What do you think I should get for them? Odds are, again, the person knows who they are and probably has something in stock sitting right there on the shelves that would be good for them, because they've already been helping this person, already know who this person is and their vehicles, and probably know what would be good for them next. This has actually personally worked out for me before, where I've just sent my wife in and said, hey, tell them that these vehicles and ask them what I need next. And it actually worked out really, really well for me. So I hope this was useful. RC kind of gift buying guide. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions or anything else that is open or that you'd like to know more about related to this. I really hope this has been helpful for those as we are entering the shopping season this year, but even year round, birthdays, things along those lines. I really hope this is providing value out there. Let me know down below. Hit that thumbs up button if this was helpful for you. Feel free to write a comment down below if you still have questions or if this was helpful. I really appreciate that. Anything else? We'll be working on some other videos up here throughout the video. I will have been linking in other videos so you can see more about the vehicles, and down below are going to be a bunch of descriptions and links to the products that we're talking about to try to help you out. So thank you for your time. I hope this was helpful. Talk to you later.